come on. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream for today. It took a little bit longer than I expected to get going, but we are going to, as you can see on screen now, we're going to be doing some Magic the Gathering today, and we're going to actually be making a deck for Jacked Up Brews. And the deck today I think is going to be I don't know, something like Atraxa related, maybe. Just because I want to build an Atraxa deck. So, first off, before we start, I want to get this set right. Crazy program. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. Okay. So, to start off with, I'm going to show you guys Atraxa. So, I'll type in her name. So, Atraxa is her right here. Let me zoom in. And you guys can see she's got Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. And at the beginning of your end step, you proliferate. And she's a 4/4 as well. She's great with exactly what I want to do, which I want to try to build a -1/-1 counter theme. So, not exactly Atraxa Infect, but we will have some Infect in there because that goes very well with proliferate. So, I think what we'll start off with is just some staples, maybe. But let me add Atraxa. And I'm going to be building the deck through mtggoldfish.com. So we'll add Soul Ring so we don't forget it. Whoops. And we'll add Mimic Vat. And we'll think of other things to add, like Cyclonic Rift. And also, feel free to comment down below or off to the side of the stream and let me know what you guys would add, and who knows, maybe we will add it. But let's back out here for a second and add some stuff into the criteria. So we don't want to search for tracks anymore, so let's search for let's type in, I don't know if this will work, but -1 counter. We'll see if that brings up anything. Let's see. I mean, the Archfiend of Ifnir would be fun if we had cycling or discarding, which we could have mixed in with this deck, but I don't think it'll be good. Black Sun Zenith is awesome because that's just a massive board wipe, and it makes a whole bunch of -1/-1 counters. So we'll add Black Sun Zenith. We'll add Hapatra. Nope, spell it right. Because she is awesome with -1/-1 counters. And she'll make a ton of snakes too. I'll bring her up right here. Show you guys a little bit better. Hapatra, that's her. So black and a green for a legendary human cleric, 2/2. And whenever she deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. And not only that, whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, you create a 1/1 green snake with Death Touch. Insane. If you're running -1/-1 counters, which we're going to be, that's what this deck's going to try to do, she's like a must. It seems to be. Okay, so we're only 6 cards in. We don't have... I don't have any idea of what else besides Infect I can add. Maybe Skinrender? Right? Yeah. That puts counters on. Okay. I'm going to zoom out again. Let's see, what else do we want? Let's keep looking through here. We'll, yeah, I guess we could add a bunch of Infect. So Blight Mamba. Sorry for the cars outside. The sound. Blighted Agent. And Glistener Elf. Oh, Glistening Oil might be fun too. Let's see what that does. Let's just add it and see. Glistening Oil. Enchanted creature has Infect. And at the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on enchanted creature. Which is cool. Well, you see, that's interesting with the -1/-1 counters, but we don't want to give something else one of our opponent's creatures Infect. So probably not a good idea to run Glistening Oil. We'll just take it out. Let's keep looking here. Blight Widow's not that good. Oh yeah, Wither. Wither is going to be really good. Carnifex Demon is a consideration. I mean, it puts a 1/1 counter from him onto every other creature. Yeah, we'll add him. And update. So This deck is not going to be cheap by any means because of what we're going to add to it. I'll look at some proliferate stuff here in a minute. Let's see. No, we don't want that to enter with -1/-1 counters on itself. That's kind of bad, that Canker Abomination. Carrying Call. I mean, that's not terrible. We can come back to that one. I think we're going to add Cauldron of Souls. That's going to be good. Because everything's going to have -1/-1 counters on it, and we can persist everything. Speaking of persist, let's add some persist cards. So, Kitchen Finks. And Woodfall Primus. Murderous Redcap we can't play because we're not in red. What's that put us to? Okay. Oh, Kitchen Finks is $12. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see, what else could we put in here? Contagion Engine. That's what I was trying to think of. That's definitely going in. Contagion. I'm not sure about Contagion Clasp. When it enters battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Yeah. It just takes a while to get proliferate. And I mean, we have to bounce it to put more than one, or to put a counter on more than one creature. But as of right now, we don't have much of anything to bounce artifacts, so we won't. I don't think we'll put it in for now. We may add it later. Oh yeah, I forget there's a ton of infect in this thing. Corrupted Conscience. There's something that we want. Oops. Okay. There we go. Core Prowler is interesting. It only proliferates once, though. Let's add the new Crocodile of the Crossing. That seems pretty good. I'm going to check Apache real quick. Yeah, on a creature. Okay. Yeah, so we can put counters on our own creatures and this still works. But the problem with putting -1/-1 counters on our own creatures is that it's going to eventually kill them. So we're going to have to think of ways that we can keep them alive and or bring them back. Okay. Crumbling Ashes. Holy crap, that does exactly what I'm... Oh wow, that's cool. We're going to add that. Crumbling Ashes is right here. It is 1 in a black for an enchantment, and at the beginning of your upkeep, destroy target creature with a -1/-1 counter on it. Which is exactly what we're going to be wanting to do anyway. So we'll take it. We're in color, we're going to take it. That's not that good. That's meh. What was that? What's that thing that gains you life? That -1 counters if you remove one, you gain 2 life. What is it called? I'm not sure what it's called. Shoot. It combos with Archangel Thing and stuff in Modern or Legacy. It's a green. I can't remember what it's called. We'll find it eventually. That's alright, actually. Remove -1 counter for a creature you control and put a -1 counter on top creature defending player controls. Yes! Decimator Beetle, get in there. Oh, there we go. Cool. Defiant Great Maw is okay. It's putting 2 counters on a creature we control. I think we'll keep that out for now. We're not really moving counters around to him specifically. So, Devoted Druid could be interesting. If we could find a way to take off the -1/-1 counters, then maybe there could be something. This guy's kind of cool. He enters with 2 -1s on him, and then you can remove 1 and regenerate him. Yeah, we're going to add him. Yep. And cool, we're at 76 so far. 20 cards in. Cool. Die Young we don't want. That thing's not good. We don't want any of this. No red. No. Here's something that puts something on -1/-1 counter on target creature. I think this we'll end up wanting. We'll add it for now, take it out if we need to cut stuff. Fevered Convulsions. Fist of the Demigod is red, so we can't put that in. Flincer might infect Lifelink. I like that. We're gonna add him. And like I said before, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments and in the chat in the video, and we'll put them in. Flesh Eater Imp. Infect flying 2/2 for 4. You can sack a creature and it gets +1. +1. Okay. No, I'm not going to add him. Now this is kind of interesting. Flourishing Defenses. Whenever we put a -1/-1 counter on a creature, we may create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. It's similar to Hapatra. So, having 2 of those effects is better than 1. Man, this deck's getting expensive. It's gonna be over the $100 mark here soon. Boundary Hornet. No. We're looking for -1/-1 counters. Glenalendra is fun, but do we want to really be a counter spell deck? I mean, adding just her doesn't make us a counter spell deck, but I mean, she's really good at countering non-creature stuff. And she could potentially come back 1,000 times with the ability to remove -1/-1 counters, which we still don't have in the deck yet. We'll add Glenalendra. She's a staple in a lot. But not so sure she's the best here. She might be a concession to cut. No, we don't want that. That's too specific. Grafted Exoskeleton. Give something infect. When it becomes unattached from a permanent, sacrifice that permanent. I don't like that drawback. Grim Affliction. There's something that's cool. Proliferate stuff. Alright. Grim Poppet. Move from one. Gets 3 1/1 counters when it. -1/-1 counters when it enters. And we remove a -1/-1 counter from it and put a -1/-1 counter on another target creature. There we go. Grim Poppet. It's actually surprisingly easy to make this deck. I thought it would be a lot more difficult. And of course, I've been forgetting. We need good old doubling season for this deck. We could add Jace the Mind Sculptor if we wanted to. He doesn't really fit the deck, so we'll hold off for a minute. Let's see. Hand of the Praetors. Infect. Other creatures you control with Infect get +1/+1. That's sweet. Whenever you cast a creature spell with Infect, target player gets a poison counter. Well, I mean, to be honest, we don't have that much Infect. We only have a few creatures. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. Yeah, I don't think that's anywhere near what we need to make Hand of the Praetors work. So we won't put that in. Instead, we'll keep looking for better things. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature. Whoa. That's big. Heck, we want -1/-1 counters, so why not? Harbinger. Nice. Cool. Some Wither. Harvest Gwillion. 2/4 for 4. Yeah, I think we can do better than that. Heartmender. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a -1/-1 counter from each creature you control with Persist. There we go. That's what we need. So that we can not have our creatures die when we put a whole bunch of counters on stuff. Let's see. What else could we add to this? If I'm forgetting some staples, please let me know. I'm almost guaranteed to forget things. Homerid. What the heck? That's a lot of text. Enters the battlefield with a tide counter on it. Beginning of your upkeep, put a tide counter on Homerid. Okay. As long as there's exactly one tide counter on Homerid, it gets -1/-1. When it has exactly 3, it gets +1/+1. When there are 4 or more on it, remove all tide counters from it. No, we're not going to care about that. Icarats. Yes. And Icarclaw Mirror. There's some more Infect creatures that we can definitely add. Icarats especially, because it gives a person a poison counter, or every player a poison counter when it enters. Icarats. Alright, and Icarclaw Mirror. Oops. There we go. Alright. Incremental Blight. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. 2 -1/-1 counters on another target creature, and 3 -1/-1 counters on a third creature. Alright. That could be killing a lot of stuff right there. Incremental Blight. And we're just going for a rough list right now, and then after we get this finished, we can add and remove things. Ink Moth Nexus. We'll add that when we get to the land section. Instill Infection. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Draw a card. Not well for 4 mana. That's kind of bad. Yeah, we'll just forego that. Some more weather with Juvenile Gloom Widow. We'll skip that. Okay. Kithkin Spellduster. He can destroy an enchantment if he's sacrificed. And he has Persist. You know what? That's actually not that bad. But for 5 mana for a 2/3 flying, that's... but it keeps coming back. Sure, we'll put it in. Spellduster. Let's see. Flying and flanking. Okay. Suspend 3. No, forget that, forget that, forget that. Leech Bonder. Enters with 2/1/1 counters on it. And you can pay blue and tap it to move a counter from target creature onto a second target creature. There we go. That's some more of the effect we need. Leech Bonder. Let's see. And let me know if the volume of my microphone is too high or too low as well. Liliana Death Wielder. She puts a -1/-1 counter on one target creature and then destroys creatures with a -1, or destroys a creature with a -1/-1 counter on it. That isn't bad. Not bad at all. And it returns all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Heck, that's almost everything we want. You know what? We're gonna add it. Liliana Death Wielder. Right there. We'll have to look at the other new Liliana in a second. Okay, Liliana's Influence. Put a -1/-1 counter on each creature you don't control. I already like it. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Liliana Death Wielder. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and search your library. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Cool. That's definitely going in. Because it even combos with the rest of the deck, because we have Liliana Death Wielder. Liliana's Influence. Right there. Add it. We're at 165. Holy crap. And we're only 36 cards in. Still have a lot of space in this deck. A lot. Lingering Tormentor. 2/2 with Fear and Persist. 4 mana. I mean, it gets in, but it doesn't really have... It's only 2 damage at a time. We'll skip that. The Snapper is not really that good. Malira says creatures we control can't have -1/-1 counters put on them. She's good in certain decks, but I guarantee not good in this deck because we want to put -1/-1 counters on our creatures. So we'll skip her. Midnight Banshee. There's something we should add right there. Midnight Banshee. Okay. Let's see. What else? Not gonna bother with all this red stuff. Necropede's not good enough. Necroskitter is. Necroskitter is getting added. Okay. Needle Spectre. Flying Wither 1/1 for 3. And when it deals damage to a player, that player discards that many cards. That's an interesting second ability. The third ability, technically. But we're not doing too much with discarding. And I don't know if that's even worth it. It's only a 1/1, so we'd have to pump it somehow, and we don't really have pump yet. Not saying that we can't, but we don't have it yet. Noxious Haxling. Enters with 4/1 -1/-1 counters on it. It's Wither. Whenever you cast a black spell, remove a -1/-1 counter from it. And then whenever you cast a green spell, you remove one from it. It's a 6/6 for 4. That's good. It has Wither. That's good. We do have black and green spells. It could get big, but it doesn't have any upside to removing -1/-1 counters from it. So we'll keep that in mind, but we're not going to add it quite yet. Lunar Skate Warden has Defender. We're not going to bother with that. Ornery Kudu. No, we'll skip that. Phyresis. That's something good we need to add. Phyresis, however you say it. We're adding that card. Phyrexian Crusader and Mirroring Crusader on the same boat. They should both be added. Crusader. Where's Crusader? There it is. Mirroring. Just gonna make sure Mirroring Crusader is good enough. Yeah. It doesn't do anything with -1/-1 counters or have infect or anything, but when you have one, I want to run the other one, just so that I can say that I have both of them in there. Phyrexian Hydra, definitely something we want to put in. Okay. What are we at now? 42 cards, so we're getting closer. Phyrexian Juggernaut. No. It's forcing us to attack every turn if able. And it's a 5/5 with infect. Nah. Phyrexian Swarmlord, infect again. Beginning of your upkeep, create a -1 or a 1/1 green insect token with infect for each poison counter your opponents have. Well, we have infect in the deck. That's great. The Swarmlord. So let's add him. He'll get us even more tokens. Now, we have 3 or 4 cards that make a bunch of tokens, so should we add Parallel Lives as well as Doubling Season, or just have Doubling Season? Doubling Season's already in the deck, but should we add Parallel Lives as well? I think so. Okay. Phyrexian that other? At the beginning of your upkeep, you get a poison counter. I don't like the drawback. It's 4/5 for 4 with infect. Pit Driller is not exciting. Plague Belcher. Two more counters on it. Oh no. It enters. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Well, we're not running a bunch of zombies, so not that. Plague Mirror is something we should not run. Plague Stinger, same thing. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Oh, Puppeteer Click, there's something. That's good. Puppeteer Click. Putrefax. At the beginning of the end step, sack Putrefax, but it has trample and haste and infect. 5/5 or a 5/3 for 5 with trample and haste and infect, and you have to sack him at the end step. No, I like my creatures to stick around. I mean, granted, our creatures are gonna die, so oh yeah, that's something we need to also think about is adding some reanimator stuff. So specifically like mass reanimation. So we could add Shieldred, but she's only 1 creature at a time. But like Rise of the Dark Realms is a mass reanimation spell. I think we'll add Shieldred just because she's kind of a staple, I guess you could say. And also, we should probably add the other Liliana. Not the, what one am I thinking about? The maybe is it Liliana Vest? No, it's not. Let's just look at the Lilianas. Let's see what the new one is. Death Majesty. Let's see what that one does. Yeah, she reanimates stuff. That's good enough, I think. And she's a board wipe. Yeah, sure, we'll add her. What else do we got? Each player returns each creature card from his or her graveyard to the battlefield with an additional -1/-1 counter on it. Alright. That's something I was trying to find, and it was right there the whole time, so. How do you say that? Pyrrhic Revival? Alright. It would be bad in other decks, but not actually that bad in this deck. So, what else we got? Quagmire Lamprey becomes blocked by a creature. Put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. Okay, it's a 3-mana 1/1 fish. Quill Spike. Whew. Dude, that's kind of cool. Pumps himself insanely big. Quill Spike. And like I've said, if you guys have any ideas on what to add in this deck, let me know in the chat, and I will take that into consideration. Probably just add it, knowing me, but what else do we got? Rattleblaze Scarecrow. It has Persist as long as you control a black creature, and Haste as long as you control a red creature. Well, we don't have red creatures in this deck, so that's getting rid of half of the ability. Is giving you Persist enough to run it? I don't think so. Razor Swine we can't run. Reaper of Shieldred is actually okay. Maybe. Because every time they deal damage to this thing, they get a poison counter. Okay. Yeah, we'll add that. Reaper of Shieldred. Renclaw Trow? Wither and Persist. 3 mana 2/2. Wither and Persist. That's kind of interesting. Man, a weather creature that keeps coming back. That is kind of interesting. I actually want to play it, but I don't know. We are making a commander deck after all. And we're getting down to very little space. So we'll have to save that in our minds and see if we have enough room for it in the end. No flanking. No. All of the stuff so far right here, no good. Man. Serrated arrows. Now that reminds me of Josh Lee Kwai's deck on game nights, the newest game nights, and he had serrated arrows in his Sapatra deck. But it actually is bad, in my opinion. Because when you have no arrowhead counters on it, you sack it. We do have proliferate, but you know what? Actually, that might actually be good. We have enough proliferate that it won't matter. Serrated arrows, it is. No, shed weakness is a pump spell. We don't want that. We don't want this. That's not good. Sickle Ripper. Wither 2/1 for 2. Not excited. When we control no islands, sack skeleton ship. But it taps to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Sure. You know what? I think I'm gonna. It's a 5 mana 0/3, but yeah. Is that ability worth it? Maybe not. Now that I think about it, we'll just skip that for now. Go with Skithrix. The Blight Dragon. How much has he gotten up to? Let's see. Wow. 16.58. Okay, that's interesting. He's gone up. Alright. None of this stuff is useful. I mean, that's considerable, but I don't think we need it. No. Spineburner. 3/4 for 6 with effect. Can have it assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Oh, okay. Spinebiter. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple of cards that I really like to run in every commander deck that has these colors. One of them is Cryptic Command, so we'll add Cryptic. And there it is. And also, like I said at the beginning, Jace the Mind Sculptor is another one of my favorites to add. So we're going to add him. Like I said, this deck is not going to be very cheap at all. Now we're up to 340. You should probably add asceticism. And now, how do we keep our stuff alive and just not die a lot quicker than everything else? I guess we can add... We have a lot of persist stuff, and we even have Cauldron of Souls to give stuff persist. So maybe we add a couple tutors. Vampiric tutor. And demonic tutor. So there's vampiric and demonic. Alright. I don't think we'll need to go overboard on tutors. This is actually looking like a pretty decent deck so far. We have 59 cards so far. And I think the land split between... really, it's only 3 colors. I mean, we have 4, but I mean... Oh wait, we do have white. Why aren't we adding like Path to Exile? We're gonna go 38 and 40 or 62, 48 for the split for the commander deck. So 38 land and 62 spells. Path to Exile, Swords Plowshares. And Council's Judgment. We're probably over by now, actually. We're just going to add this and see where we are. Oh, we're actually at 62. Exactly. Did that get Council's Judgment? Yeah, it did. Okay. So right now it's pretty... We're set on what we need. We're maxed out on space. Now comes the time for some cuts. And then we'll add the land base when we're satisfied. Okay, so time to think about this. How many infect creatures do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 infect creatures. Holy crap. We do have a lot of infect. Poison counters galore. What do we add or take out? Bit of a conundrum. Well, I think one of these planeswalkers has to go. I'm thinking it's going to be Death's Majesty. She only returns 1 creature, whereas this one kills more than she would return. Yeah. And she returns everything. So we'll get rid of that Liliana. Opens up 1 space. Where's Death's Majesty? Right there. Okay. And I really want to know what that freaking card that I'm trying to think of is called. It gains life. It's a green card when he removes counters from it. If you guys know, let me know in the comments and in the chat. I would search something, but I don't really know what to search. Remove counter to life. There it is, Spike Feeder. Oh, it's +1/+1 counter. Which, I mean, we're on -1/-1 counters, but this thing could gain a ton of life. Nah, we won't add it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Alright, so we have one space. What do we add, guys? Let me know. Okay. Any ideas at all through the chat? Let me know. Alright, we only have one spot. Proliferate. What's some good stuff other than infect that we could use proliferate with? That also fits this list down here. You know, what if we go back and add one of those things we were thinking about adding but didn't know if we would have space? Like this hatchling, for instance, could actually be good. Let's put him in. You know what? Actually, instead of the hatchling, we're going to add Noxious Gearhulk. Because that's a way to gain some life and destroy creature. And if we can keep reanimating it, then it can keep doing its thing. Him right there. Okay, so we'll start adding land now. So we want Ink Moth Nexus. And Command Tower. As well as Reliquary Tower. What else do we want? We want Hallowed Fountain. Whoops. No, we don't want Hallowed Ground. Hallowed Fountain. Alright. And we need a Temple Garden. And we need Watery Grave. And what's the last one I'm missing? Godless Shrine. Alright. Then we'll add some Innistrad and M13 lands like Isolated Chapel and Drowned Catacomb. If you guys think of anything, let me know. Think of any lands. Just one of the lands. So, Drowned Catacomb. We'll update the list and let you see it. We have 9 so far. We got all of the Shocklands. We have Reliquary Tower, Ink Moth Nexus, Command Tower, Isolated Chapel. We have black, white, black, blue. We need green. Oh, I forgot Overgrown Tomb. And Woodland Cemetery. Well, I think I added that twice. I did! How dare that happen? Okay. What are the color combinations? So I got black, blue, black, white, and black, green. And I need green, white, so I need some Petal Grove. No, not some pair 3 dull. Some Petal Grove. We need of course blue white one, so Glacial Fortress. And I think that's it for the Innistrad and M13 land. Let me refresh this list. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. We have 13 non-basics so far. Do we want to add more? I think... Because I think at least 20 basics is where we want to be. Right now we are 5 away from that, so we're at 25 basics. Which would not be easy to split between 4 colors. So let's think of one more color. I mean, one more card, and then one more land, and then we'll split 24, I guess, by 4. And if we come out even, it'll be around 6 per one. But as I'm looking at this, it looks like there's majority black. So, I mean, we barely have any white. This is crazy. One more land. What land? What land? We could add the exotic orchard, but that only makes stuff of what an opponent can produce. We could add the other orchard, the forbidden orchard, but that makes a 1/1 spirit for our opponent. Shoot. Reflecting pool? Maybe? I mean, it doesn't help us if we don't have the color already out. Maybe Mana Confluence? Or City of Brass? What are some of your guys' ideas? There's the list. Any cuts or changes you would make, or any lands you would take out or add. I think I can add Reflecting Pool though, because if we're gonna have a lot of basics, then it won't really matter. You know what? Forbidden Orchard might sound like a better idea, because we're not gonna really care about the spirits, because I just realized we can put -1/-1 counters on a spirit and kill it. So that's actually not that bad at all. It's almost a mana of any color land. Just like that. Yeah. Target opponent creates a 1/1 colorless spirit. Yeah, so we can just put a -1/-1 counter on it and it dies. So yeah, we'll just keep that in there. And we have 24 slots left, and we'll keep that for basics. So let's go through and count how much of each color we have and figure out the basics from there. So for black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30? Okay, so write that down up here. 30, black. And then blue we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. 8 blue. And white now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have more white than blue? What? 9 white. And then green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. That's true. We do need to add Malaria and inexorable tide. And viral Drake, whatever viral Drake is. Let's see what viral Drake is. Flying infect proliferate for oh, yeah. But it's only a 1/4. But it has proliferate. Okay, yeah. Let me copy this so I don't... Well, no, I guess that's not going to matter now. Because our numbers are going to be all different. So, inexorable tide. Well, okay. So we added that. And malaria. Well, I don't know if malaria is actually worth it because of the -1/-1 counters. We are going to put on our own creatures, which we don't want malaria in there if we're going to do that. But that prevents us from having poison counters. But I do like the viral Drake idea. So we will add viral Drake. If I can find Drake. Just type it in, I guess. Infected proliferate equals good, yep. There is some proliferate in here, but we don't have a overwhelming amount of it. We do have no, I'm not. We do have contagion engine. What else? We have that proliferates. Grim affliction. No, the planeswalkers proliferate. We have viral Drake now. Cut parallel lives. Yep, that's an idea. I mean, we will make a lot of tokens though, with Phyrexian Swarmlord and where's the other cards? Hapatra and the other elf thing, whatever his name is. Or this, yeah. So we'll make a bunch of elves with flourishing defense and Hapatra and Phyrexian Swarmlord. But that's only 3 cards. Yeah, I agree. I guess parallel lives should come out. I mean, we're gonna need to cut stuff anyway. So, where did I put parallel lives? There it is. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. We're at 77. So we need to cut 1 card to get to 38 land. I don't know if I'm into this crocodile or not. We could just cut Noxious Scarehawk. I mean, it's really good though. It's fine. The Grim Affliction could even come out. What else do we got? Is this just too much mana? 6 mana. It's 4 mana per 1/1 counter you put on a creature. It seems like a bit much. So maybe we cut that. Fevered Convulsions. Okay, so now we should be down to 38 land again. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so now we gotta go count through again. We had Inexorable Tide and Viral Drake, right? Inexorable Tide, and I saw Viral Drake somewhere, yeah. So let's go through and count again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, black. And then we have how much blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 10 blue. And our white is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Okay, still 9. Cool. And then we have how much green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 green. Alright, so that's our amount of colors we got. So now we got to split that between 24 basics. So if we make those two, the blue and the white, about the same, because they are about the same. We could do maybe let me think. Bring up the calculator. Do some math. Maybe. No. Okay, fine. What if we do 9 and I don't think green's close enough to just do 9 and 5 and 5 and 5. I think, yeah, 17 green, that's the killer. That is true. Malira does combo with Persist and protects us from Black Sun Zenith. But the problem is if we have her out and we need to put counters on our own creatures, then we can't. Because we have a lot of stuff that has to do with removing counters from itself. Putting counters on itself. Where's that? I believe it was an enchantment. Maybe it wasn't. What the heck was I looking for? Okay, maybe not. You know what? That actually does sound like a good idea, but then again, it's only one card. So we'll add her, so that'll bring up one green. And we'll take out... What do we take out for Malira, though? Maybe Grim Affliction? That seems pretty good. Cut Mirren Crusader? Is it still in here? Oh, it is. Yeah, I put this in here and it's got Pro Black and Green. Why did I do that? That makes a whole lot of sense, right? So we'll cut Mirren Crusader. Go down one white. So we go down to 8 white. So we'll copy this and add Malira. Come on, okay. Alright, we just hit over 500. That is insane. Alright. Okay, time to figure out the basics portion. 29 black, 10 blue, 8 white, and 18 green. So, I was thinking 9 and 5 for the rest of 9 black and 5 for the rest of them, but that's not good. So we might just go 8 6 5 5. Does that sound about right? 8 black, 6 green, 5 blue, 5 white. Yeah, I think that sounds about good. So we'll add that. We'll go swap. 8. Add it. Then we'll go forest. Whoops. Spelled forest wrong. Okay. We'll have 6 of them, I said, I think. And then 5 for both the other colors. Plains 5. Yeah. That should be about right. Yep, that's 100 cards. 38 land, 62 other spells. Final look at this. Yes. I do agree with Malera being in here now, actually. Now that I think a lot more about it, it does keep our stuff alive, which is what I wanted to do. So, man, I love this thing, Quill Spike. The crocodile is interesting. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah. You got those two planeswalkers. Some good stuff. Alright, well I think that's gonna round out the deck. What should we name it? Good name for -1/-1 counter decks. Let's name it after a magic card. Drown in Sorrow. That works. And we'll save it. And there's our final list. Alright. Well, I think that's going to end the live stream for today. Guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for more of our videos and our future live streams. And also, make sure you follow us on Twitter and on Twitch. The Twitter is @TheRealJackTG and the Twitch is JackedUpGamingSLC. And stay tuned for more of our videos again. And we'll see you guys next time.